Okay, R. Paris has a question for you next. It says, how do you track home improvements or additions on your net worth statement?
I can both. I'll let you give a little bit extra. I'll do the nerdy accounting answer. Yeah. I have, because I hear way too many people who are seeing that their net worth has exploded because of inflation and other things. So I use, for my own housing, I don't want there to become a distraction or just a disorientation where I'm feeling wealthier than I actually am because my house has doubled in value because of inflation and unique things, because you don't get to live off those assets unless you sell those assets. And for a lot of us, our home is our use assets. Our kids are in school in that district. You're just not going to sell the house. So the nerdy accounting concept is lower of cost or market is the way I do it on my net worth statement. I'm not against, if you want to put it at market value and just see, oh man, how rich am I on paper, you can do it. But I like lower cost of market. And when you talk about track improvements, guess what? Improvements have a cost. So you have your purchase price that would be your cost. But then every time, like you put a fence up in the yard, or you had a big, maybe you turned an upstairs bonus area or storage area into another wing of your house, that's an improvement. You add all that. So that's why I say lower of cost or market. That cost includes improvements.
Agreed, unequivocally 100%, but you have to make sure that you're realistic on this, because it is very easy to begin justifying improvements in your mind that you may not actually get money out of. My wife and I last year, she really wanted to put, wallpaper came back, right? And so she wanted to put some wallpaper in the powder room. And there's this blogger she follows, and she was like, I'm going to go, and she bought this wallpaper, and it was just dumb, right? How much it cost, like very, very expensive wallpaper. It's not going to be an improvement that's going to find its way on my net worth statement, even though my wife would tell you, hey, when someone comes to look at this house is going to sell better. It's going to do better because of the things I've done here. You need to make sure that the improvements that you're including in your cost plus improvements are actual justifiable improvements that truly add to the value of the house, not just because you did something that made your house better for you. Cannot be a depreciable improvement.
What's your wife put wallpaper in the powder room?
That was the first.
That costs what, $250, $300 for somebody to install it, and probably wallpaper. I mean, this has to be like $1,000. I thought you were talking about a swimming pool in the backyard is what the example you were about to say.
I don't think that goes on the net worth statement.
In a powder room.
But it's pretty normal to put wallpaper in a small room like
I'm not going to say
I hate to break it to you fellas.
But reach out. I'll continue to pound on him. That put the powder room wallpaper up.
Don't you worry. When we turn the camera off, I'm going to tell you about this wallpaper. But swimming pool is a great example. That would be something that you would add to the value of the home. That would be an improvement that would add to the value of the home. Regular maintenance, regular stuff that you would normally spend on the house anyways that will not be valuable to someone you sell, I would not add that kind of stuff.
How big does it have to be though? Because I know that we kind of fall into this camp of being more conservative on your house price that you're putting on your net worth statement, right? Like more like what you paid for it than what it has, like is, might be listed as. So like a pool, I guess, is a big one, but like other smaller things like floors and I mean, would you include
you're talking about when you prioritize what
Maybe
to
I'm
do?
just too
There's
conservative.
all kind of research out there on, obviously, like kitchens are good investments typically. Master bathrooms are good investments on stuff. If you're trying to, you just don't want to get crazy. Like swimming pools now during pandemic, I think people put a premium on that stuff because we're all locked down at the house or whatever. But historically, you only get 50 cents back on the dollar on that. So, I mean, you just need to know what the long-term return. And there's nothing wrong, by the way, with investing in your house if you personally think you're going to get value. I mean, I'm fully expecting at any time Bo's going to tell us he's putting a wing on for the sauna and the cold plunge pools and that type of stuff. And look, he might not get the value out of that stuff, but from the quality of life of the way he lives his life and what he puts value on, it makes sense in those aspects.
You want to know where this came from? You want to know where this came from? I'll tell you if y'all know where it came from. Why this is fresh on my mind. My wife and I were sitting down talking last night. We're like, hey, what are we going to prioritize this year? Like, what are the things
you wouldn't give her wallpaper?
No, this is what she said. There's some trips we know we want to go on. Dollywood, one of them, right? You've been
I told you to do that too.
So there's some trips we know we want to do, and she's like, hey, I really want to do some stuff to the house. I have some stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. But like the ideas of what we want to do, like functional improvements that make the house more useful, I'm all about.
She wants to make it pretty.
She wants to make it real pretty, and I'm just thinking about this stinking wallpaper that we bought. Oh, I can't wait to tell you about this wallpaper. That was why that was fresh in my mind. It's not really about the wallpaper. It's not about the nail.
Well, I was gonna make a joke. I was like, "Is The Rock got his kids hand painting wallpaper and they're selling it at a premium?"
Listen, your wife has great taste. I'm sure it's beautiful.
It's good. It's beautiful wallpaper.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, yep. So that's why that's fresh on my mind. Is we're talking about some home renovations that we're going to attack in 2024, and it's going to be awesome.
I just go go take a picture of the wallpaper and then go do a Google reverse search and then find some cheap version of this same fancy wallpaper.
No, that's the way it works.
And then you can buy it a lot cheaper.
It's the way it works.